Hi guys, today's video is a makeup application at last, and for today's GLAMFORMATION I have my model Janina. I saw her at a party and thought she was absolutely gorgeous, so I had to ask for her number and asked her to model for me today, and she agreed, so here we go. All of the brushes being used today are sponsored by GLAMFORMATION, the Rose Gold Collection. I'm kidding, this was a gift from us, so we're using it today. We were laughing so hard because I put so much stuffing into her hair. I mean, you know, if it's a traditional Indian wedding, they usually like big hair. So to start, I'm prepping her lips with the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream, so her lips are nice and juicy when we're ready for them. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. She already has great brows, it has great shape, so I'm just adding this just for a little bit of definition. Next, I'm taking Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC and applying it as my base. This is a good primer, especially if you're doing a bolder look. It's always a good idea to start with a primer. Next, I'm setting the eye primer with a powder, and today I'm using a bone-colored eyeshadow from Makeup Forever. Honestly, anything will do as long as it's matte, very close or similar to your client's skin color. This is so the eyeshadows will blend better because powder blends better with powder versus powder to cream. So I'm going to take what remained of the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in my hand and creating a soft outline, so I'll have a guide for when I'm ready to do the heavy crease later on. Next, I take the brick color from the same Viseart palette, and with a fluffier Zoeva angle brush, I'm gonna go over that outline that we just did earlier. So this is a very delicate process for me because I don't want it to be too blown out that it overtakes the entire makeup application. This is a delicate cut crease, and also, you know, you want it to complement her wedding dress, not fight with it. Next, I'm going to take what's left of the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade and I'm extending her wing to meet with the edge of the outer V. I'm doing it on both eyes simultaneously, so I will ensure more symmetry rather than doing it one eye at a time. I'm also extending it towards the inner corner of her eye, or I'm tight lining as close to her lash line as possible to make it look fuller. When choosing your makeup artist for your big day, it is very important that it is someone that you're comfortable with, and that's why makeup trials are crucial. This is where you establish whether or not you guys have chemistry, and you can see here that I'm cracking jokes, we're laughing in between takes. This is making her feel less nervous than she already is. Now that we have our outlines, I'm ready to put down her actual eyeliner, and I'm using the Aqua Black from Makeup Forever because A, it's waterproof, and B, it has great color payoff. I'm also using this eyeliner brush from Zoeva. This is my absolute favorite. It makes the sharpest winged liners. Here, I'm just curling her lashes with my faves, the Shiseido eyelash curler. Since I'm putting falsies on her, I'm making sure that it has something to support it. Next is mascara, and of course I'm using a waterproof one from Makeup Forever. This is the Aqua Smoky Extravagant. So now we're ready for my favorite part, which is the falsies application. For this look, we will be layering, and so for the first layer, I chose to go with the Model Rock lashes in the style Wispies. They're so fluttery, so beautiful, so perfect for this look. So here I'm lining her waterline with the Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes in the shade 0L. Again, it's waterproof. She wasn't quite used to it, and so, you know, you have to be careful. It's okay for her to blink. We don't have any foundation, and that's the whole reason why I do the eyes first, so there's less damage in the end. Next, I take a satiny purple eyeshadow from a limited edition Urban Decay palette, which is unfortunately unavailable in any of the stores, so I'm not even going to mention the name, but you can use whatever satiny purple eyeshadow that you have, and I'm slowly building this color to accentuate her eye shape. Next, I'm taking Crystal Avalanche from MAC, and I'm placing it in the inner corner. This is just to brighten and open the eyes up. So we're ready for complexion. I'm taking some Embryolisse and massaging it into her face for some moisture. Next, I'm taking the Decay Photo Fluid and applying it all over her face with a brush. This evens out the complexion and it just looks great on camera. Next, I take the NARS All Day Weightless Luminous Foundation in the shade Punjab. This is 2 shades lighter than her, but I'm using this as a highlight. Next, I take the Face Atelier shade number 9 and I'm using it as her contour color. I place the lines first in her natural contours, following the natural shape of her face and then blending it out. Then I take the same color and I apply it to her forehead, to her nose, and everything. All of this contouring is according to her face shape. Again, guys, if your client doesn't need it, you don't have to do the same exact contour for everyone. Everyone's face shape is different, so make sure you are aware of that. And this is how you know that your client loves what you're doing, when she takes lots and lots of selfies. Next, I'm taking a gold eyeshadow from the same Urban Decay palette. Again, you could use any gold eyeshadow that you have, and I'm just filling in her lid space. So this is the time, guys, that it's okay not to breathe for a few minutes. We're doing the line for the cut crease. And you know, it's okay not to talk at this time. Your client does understand it's a very sensitive step in the process. Everything has to be nice and crisp and symmetrical, of course. So make sure that you're concentrating on what you're doing. Next, I'm taking another pair of lashes, and these are the Arden ones in the style Demi Pixies. I'm layering that on top of the first one that we placed earlier. Moving on to lips, I'm using the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip in the shade 2C. This complements a lot of skin tones. Basically, I'm using a color that is close to the client's actual lip color, but much more enhanced. But look at her contour though. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with her. Her face shape is just, perfect. So anyway, we're moving on to concealer, and I'm gonna grab my favorite, the MAC Pro Longwear, and this is in the shade NC25. This will brighten up her eye. I'm not placing it too close to her waterline because that will take away all of the hard work with the shading that we just did earlier. Then I take that same exact concealer and place it on the middle of her forehead, in the bridge of her nose, and then we blend away, making sure that there are no harsh lines visible whatsoever. And now it's time for baking. This is a crucial step, whatever you call it, baking. It's actually just setting your makeup properly, especially if you're using liquids or creams. This will ensure the longevity of your makeup. On your wedding day, you know, you need to look as great as you were at 7 a.m. up until 10 p.m. Next, I'm setting the rest of her face with the Makeup Forever Pro Finish powders. I love these powders. I'm taking different colors corresponding to the different shades in her face. I'm just accentuating and enhancing the contour that we already laid down with the liquid foundation. So, you know, make sure you blend everything seamlessly, and that's the key to the longevity of a makeup application. It's subtle layering. That's why it takes some time to do this. Next, I'm taking the Shine On powder, again from Makeup Forever, and this is in the shade number 4, and I'm placing that in key places for highlight. For the finishing touch, the lip color, I chose the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Bury Me, because this lip needs to last till the last champagne toast, and it accents her wardrobe so perfectly. It's the right shade of pink for her skin tone and her skin complexion. So here is the final look for GLAMFORMATION, guys. I hope you liked it and you learned something. Let me know if you have requests down below, and I will see you in the next one.